Well, hey there, and welcome to Blue Gamer. I'm Adam Blue. Today we're going to be looking at the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 action figures. Actually, Robotnik and Sonic. Just saw these at Target, didn't know they were out, but yeah, let's take a look. All right, so yeah, the trailer had just dropped for Sonic 3, and the first two movies were not bad. But the collectibles and things aimed mainly for kids, but I'm surprised when I saw these action figures at Target, and the trailer just dropped, and I didn't even know they were already going to have stuff out to buy. All right, so I'm actually particularly excited about Ivo Robotnik or Dr. Eggman, but that's not what they're doing here. Looks like Jim Carrey too, but let's open Sonic first. I'm that guy that likes to open it without ruining the packaging, even though I'm probably going to throw this away anyway. It's interesting. Something I did when I was a kid, my mom would save the back of the boxes, and we had a filing cabinet in the garage where all the action figures I ever had the boxes that I could look at. Because it didn't have internet, so it was fun to do that. Look at that. Jakks Pacific. So, yeah, they've been making Sonic toys for a while. Okay, got him in a funky pose, but we'll go together, look at the articulation to kind of get him looking normal. But, first thought, just looking at this, is it looks really cool. In the store, looking at the packaging, I just noticed all the bits of articulation. And I was surprised because you normally associate articulation like that for more adult collectibles or something for more collectors than kids, but it's cool to see that it was fully articulated like this, even has holes at the bottom for a stand. That's pretty impressive because this targets someone like me. Okay, we'll start from the top. The eyes are really neat because it looks like they're behind a clear plastic. It's a really cool effect to kind of give the eyes a more lifelike appearance. I think this helps giving this a more premium or collector feel, considering that seems what they're going for. All right, but the neck looks like it's on a ball joint, and it might be like a single, but it is limited, actually, as you can see, because it's blocked by the rest of Sonic's face. So yeah, it could be just a single that's in there. Not too bad because he can look around a whole lot, but no real up or down if you were trying to do some sort of flight pose or something. Okay, so let's look here at the abdomen because we have this cut here, which is really nice, actually. I mean, yeah, it splits the paint there, but it's not bad, and I guess I'll give it to him just so you can get that slight articulation, which is very well done. Okay, so let's look at the arms here, because this is interesting because, this is a Sonic action figure. We're seeing a butterfly joint here, which is really cool. And that does have some range. Thinking about, wanting him to do a punch or a run or something. Yeah, you get a lot of range there. There's a bicep swivel right here. Okay, that seems to be easy enough to turn. And then we've got the elbow, which is pretty interesting because it seems like it's a double ball joint, or maybe it looks like it's a double but only functional for one part, but it's like a ball joint hinge, which is awesome. That's like a lot of good articulation there. Okay, and then the glove, let's see. No articulation at the base of the glove, but at the part by the hand is where we get rotation. And we get this hand articulation right here. I mean, this looks a little odd, but that's something that's really cool. If you're going to have him grab something or you just needed him to run with his hands closed, he could do that. I mean, that's pretty good for a figure like this. So looking a little further at the leg articulation here. So we've got a ball joint hinge going on to get a lot of range. I mean, look at that. That's pretty crazy. And then we've got the thigh swivel. We've got the knee, which is, more than 90. So that's a good bend right there. So if we look at that for like running poses, I mean, that looks great. And then, coming down to the foot. Okay, so you'll get the slight rotation here. It does block because of the type of interesting ball joint they're using, but that I think is okay because it's as much as you would need it to swivel there. And then ball joint, well, not really. It seems like it's just a hinge for the foot, which might be good enough. For as big as the feet is and as much articulation, especially in the hands, I would expect toe articulation, but that's fine. There's actually a really nice texture here on the shoe. You maybe can make it out. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Yeah, because it's like, like a basketball texture on there. It's really cool. And then the texture on the sock, like this figure is actually very well done, even though coming from the video game, it's not like super accurate to what Sonic is supposed to look like, you know, with the arms and all. But, you know, from the movie, I like the design they went with. And, you know, this figure is pretty cool. All right, next up, Ivo Robotnik. I never really bothered saying his first name. It was always Eggman or Dr. Robotnik. So yeah, and the fact that Jim Carrey is playing him is amazing because he was a favorite actor of mine growing up. Sonic was a favorite of mine. It just works. All right, let's get this open. All right, here we have it. Let's get him out of there. All right, so here we go. I mean, that look is just like Jim Carrey. Well done. And I guess this costume, while, you know, inspired by the video game, I don't think there's anything directly related to this costume in the game. I think it's mostly the movie design, which is fine. Again, there's so many things the Sonic movies could have done wrong, and it didn't. Okay, to get an idea of what we're working with here is a 6-inch Jada Toys Violent Ken standing next to Robotnik. So a couple things. It could be that this is, you know, a 6-inch 1/12 scale, but he does look a little smaller. But, you know, different lines have different sizes. But it is interesting to see how he is next to Sonic, because is this how big he is next to? Is this how big Sonic is? For some reason, I thought he was smaller. So it could be that scale is completely thrown out here. There is actually a 3-pack of Shadow, Knuckles, and Sonic, and I think a Eggman enemy, or Robotnik. And I wonder if that's actually supposed to be to scale with him here. Didn't think about that. But okay, looking at articulation, the head here, let's see. It's on a swivel. It could be that there is a ball peg in there, but I think they just made it to attach. So there is not much going on here at all, which I guess is fine. It looks like you can move enough left and right. All right, getting to the abdomen, and this is kind of an amazing articulation here because the material here is very soft, and there's a very smooth and like sturdy articulation at the abdomen here. I wasn't expecting. It's very well done. The arms, let's see, they go up that high. There is a butterfly joint. It's ever so slightly. There's not much to it. It could be there for the engineering, but hey, it's there. And then, yeah, there is a bicep joint right here. These are reminding me of Marvel or even G.I. Joe. And I wonder, Fortnite also, did they work on the Fortnite stuff? All right, and then we've got the elbow. It looks like it would have been double jointed, but it is single. And the hand here. So let's see, we've got a rotation and a hinge. So hinge and swivel there. So that's both sides. Okay, the legs here. There is soft tissue under here. So see if we can get a look at the type of joint. It looks like a standard ball joint. It's got the thigh swivel. It looks like the Black Series, Star Wars Black Series articulation, because it's like the single to hold the joint, which I appreciate. The shoe, there's even paint detail down here, and we've got a ball joint and swivel. So, like, here's the thing. This is $15, and that's actually not bad. I guess when I first checked out and saw that this was $14.99, I was like, that seems like a lot. But to be honest, we're kind of getting Marvel Legends level design here, which is great because those figures go from 20 to 25. They usually come with things, but we are getting that standard here. The paints are done very well on here. Even the gold pieces here, the articulation is perfectly fine. I mean, even better than I expect for a $15 licensed action figure. But yeah, and then the likeness of Jim Carrey on there, even the separate sculpt of the goggles on here. This looks great. So that is the Sonic and Ivo Robotnik action figures from Sonic 3, the movie. I think these look great, and I would continue collecting them because I think these are more geared toward kind of like the collector or the Sonic enthusiast. So anyway, there you have it. Let me know if there's other Sonic things I should be reviewing. This was a lot of fun, but thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to Blue Gamer. We'll talk later.